Hello, hello, hello. How we doing? Sunday. Oh my, and we are having the Gremlins game choice. Yep. Today is the choice from Elvira. Yeah, Elvira has a lot of things going on in private life. That's why she wasn't here in a while, but we're still playing the game. ShadowRun Hong Kong. I messaged her and let her know. So that's what we're doing. A couple of hours today. Right? Perfect. So, but before we start, let's say hello to a few people. For example, Orampo. Sitting next to me. Thank you for gifting that sub to Takikoma. Super kind. Thank you, thank you. And see, Uni is here. Hello, hello, hello. And Tropic is here. Hi, hi, hi. And all the others in the background. Good to see you. So, I have no idea about this, but I would say we're heading right into it. What we can do is make it a little bit louder. You have to tell me if it is too loud or not, or... yeah. Okay, new game. I have no idea what that is. I installed it yesterday. Those are campaigns. Aha. Bonus. I guess we're doing this? I suppose? Your current global difficulty setting is easy. Yeah, easy difficulty for new players or players more interested in seeing the story. Normal difficulty provided with balanced combat experience, hard, and so on and so forth. We're staying with easy because I have no idea about ShadowRun. I heard of it, but I have no idea what it is. So, that's what we're doing. There you go. Create your character. Alright. Human, elf, dwarf, orc, troll. I'm a dwarf. A street samurai, freelance operative who follows a code of street honor. They are learned in the They are learned in the ways of traditional samurai warrior and the practices of modern combat. Some sell their skills for profit, and others work to take the dishonorable scum that seem to breed an urban sprawl. Okay, wait, what am I? A 1 to willpower, maximum stats, body 11, quickness, strength, intelligence. Alright. Then we have a mage. Mage specializes in the casting of spells, though that doesn't mean they can't use physical weapons as well. The spells cover a wide range of magical effects, from offensive damage attacks to character augmentation and degradation spells to healing spells. Oh. A Decker. Decker uses a cyber deck to jack into the Matrix, the worldwide information grid and computer network. By projecting their minds into the electronic world, Deckers can find secrets others keep hidden away. They use programs and expert systems to fight off the protections that mega corporations place in their way. Aha. A shaman believe their magic comes from the totem spirit that guides their life path. The relationship allows them to summon spirits and command them to do their bidding. Shamans have the ability to conjure spells that mages cannot. Okay. Then we have the rigger. Riggers use specialized cyber tech to control small robot-like vehicles called drones with their minds. They can use this ability to provide surveillance support and extra firepower when required. Okay. Physical Adept. Adepts are magically active characters who focus their magic internally, seeking to reach their utmost potential physically, mentally, and spiritually. As adepts unlock new abilities, they become honed physical machines, using their magic to enhance their close combat abilities. That sounds interesting. If you feel comfortable with the way characters are built in Shadowrun, you may create your own character by mixing skills and attributes as you wish. No, that's alright. Hi, Ranoi. Lurking? Alright. You can hear me? Uh-oh. Yeehaw. To meet from yesterday's grill. Oh, that sounds good. Good. Hi, ground control. Hello. I think I want to try a physical adept. Yep. Oh. Sheesh. Yo. Okay. That is some variety up here. Ooh, hello. Goodness gracious. I kind of like her. Yeah, perfect. Let's try to imitate that hairstyle. Kinda. Warrens. What? Okay, that's the only hairstyle that works. I can't do anything else. Oh well. Hi, Phoenixer. Karma represents the experience characters earn while running the shadows and achieving goals. Karma is used to improve attributes and skills. An attribute or skill rating can be increased by spending karma equal to the next increment of that rating. Thus, improving your body from 4 to 5 requires to spend 5 karma points. You have some karma available now to customize your character. Okay. Body. Quickness. I don't know any of these, so I'm not going to choose that. Use to calculate the chance to hit. Ranged combat. Dodging sounds good. Okay. Strength. Throwing weapons. Uh-huh. Thrust increase. Minus 10% to hit. Intelligence. There we go. Grants bonus to hit points recovered when using a medkit. I want to do that. Hi, DM Disco. Hello. Grants. Yes. Okay. Whatever that means, I want it. There. Hi, Medieval. Sure, you're welcome. Enjoy. Dragon lines visible? Okay. Increase the spellbook slot. Yes. Killing hands, dragon line visible. And that is charisma. Okay, let's do that. Etiquette is about knowing how to behave in various social situations. The right etiquette can give you an edge in certain conversations. Choose an etiquette from the list below. Choosing an etiquette does not cost karma, and each etiquette can only be chosen once. Okay. I would like to have more information, so I don't know. Your character. Oopa. There we go. Street name. Of course. Okay. Okay.
You have one new message.
Free Enterprise Zone, August 2056.
I hope I have the right number. Look, I know we haven't spoken in a while, but I need your help. Remember the day I took you and Duncan off the streets? I told you that the past is just a story, that if you can just accept that, your past loses all power over you. Yeah. I was wrong. I'm on my way to Hong Kong now, to finish something I should have faced a long time ago. And I need you with me. I know we're not blood, and we didn't leave things in a good place, but you and Duncan are the only real family I have. Please, if our past means anything to you, meet me in Hong Kong right away. I'll explain more when you get here. I'm begging you.
Oops. Oh look, they have an electricity outage. Those light bulbs were flickering. Damn. Okay, let's see. Is there a way to get subtitles? I didn't see any. Those light bulbs keep exploding. Yeah, they are there. Hazard. Yep. But Raymond Black, the old man, gave you a home once. Took you and Duncan off the gang-ridden street of the Barons. Sheltered, educated, slept, sent into you both until you almost resembled productive members of society. And then you took off, left it all behind, landed behind bars for a time, tried to start a new life after that. It's been 8 years since you've heard Raymond's voice until out of the blue, you got this cryptic message, a plea for help. Meet me in Hong Kong, right away. And wire to your account enough enough money to pay for the flight and then some. The descent is rough. A squall comes out of nowhere, sending a solid sheet of rain punching into the suborbital transport. With a ragged shudder, the plane finally skids to a halt at the end of the Chep Lak Kok tarmac. An hour and an interminable number of emotionless security checkpoints later, you hail a water taxi to Victoria Harbour. Hong Kong looms ahead, pulsing with energy. Did I finish Andromeda? Yes, I did. Yep. Hong Kong, Victoria Harbour, August 2056. You step from the churning of the water taxi to the ponderous rocking of the docks, your stomach lurching at the transition. As soon as you're clear, the captain nods once and steers the small craft back into the harbour. The man never said a word, just handed you a worn brown duffel bag when you stepped on board, filled with gear, some stiff new body armor, and a note. Better safe than sorry, D. Hi, Pyro. How am I doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I have no idea what to expect from this game, but we will see. Tweak? I have no idea what that is. Okay. Above, smog-thick clouds hang low in the sky, reflecting the lights of a city in a nauseating swirl. The wind changes direction more than once, creating a heady stew of aromas. Diesel, sea salt, street food, and filth. Ooh, street food. It's all you can do to keep your in-flight meal where it belongs. Oh. Two figures stand waiting in the dim light of the pier. The first is an orc, leaning with in-your-face muscles and a jaw made to break fists. The second is an elf, one hand resting casually against her hip. Raymond Black is nowhere to be seen. Well, don't you look like Ish? Duncan Wu, the closest thing you have to a brother. You haven't seen the man in 8 years, still as charming as ever. He grins. Green's not really your color. Doesn't go with what the nice new armor I got you. As you open your mouth to respond, something shifts alarmingly in your stomach, a liquid bubbling sensation. Body 3, tough it out. Don't know what you're talking about. Must be the harbor lights messing with you. Must be. Guess you've still got some of your old fortitude at least. He laughs. Considering how much syntho-hole we used to put down, I'd be surprised if you couldn't handle a little chop. Short hello. Have first medieval stuff today. Ooh, nice, Shenanigans. Thank you for stopping by and have fun. Enjoy. That sounds amazing. Yeah. All right. Okay. Anyway, we gotta find Raymond. Find Raymond? I thought he'd be here. Never showed up. He still got that body tone rasp. Had it since he was 12. Wool developed early. When was the last time you saw him? A few weeks ago, before I got his message telling us to meet him here. I'd been working a lot, so I hadn't been in, by the house in a while. How was he? The orc bows his head. His voice sounds far away. He's not the same. Raymond hasn't been himself a long time. How so? He's been restless, staying in his study inside his own head a lot, and he barely sleeps anymore. I've been worried about him, but I haven't figured out what to do about it. So I'm going to read everything. That means tomorrow's stream I most likely won't talk at all. He looks up at you and shrugs. I didn't have a sister to turn to. Hell, wasn't too sure you were even alive. Until Raymond managed to track down your number. The woman standing beside him breaks in. We should get going, Duncan. Head back to the meeting point in case your dad shows up. Copy that, Sarge. They were wearing Lone Star body armor. Looks like the Duncan Wu's gone private police. Sarge. The woman taps her chest with an armored finger. Carter, Seattle Lone Star. I'm Duncan's partner. And superior officer. She grins. I let him carry my coffee for me sometimes, write my parking tickets, that kind of thing. I figured I could use some backup. Didn't know what Ray gotten himself into, and I wasn't sure you were gonna show up. It's a tossed-off remark, but there's an undercurrent of resentment in it. You got something you want to say? Nope. He shakes his head. Hey, look, I'm glad you're here, Naonya. Seriously, but I'm gonna need some time to get used to having you around again. Been a while since I heard from you. Know what I mean? Actually, no, but okay. Memories of sleepless nights in lockout flash by. Wondering if you'll ever see Duncan or Raymond again. Wondering if you ever even wanted to. And then, stepping out into the daylight, suddenly free, the fallout of some obscure corporate restructuring. A few hundred money's worth of apology from your former jailers, and a decision to start a new life. to leave the past behind, all of it, until now. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Wu stares at you, his goggles reflecting the harbor lights. Yeah, okay. He scans the waterfront, frowning. Let's just find Raymond. He was supposed to meet us in the plaza on the other side of this pier. The sooner we find him, the sooner you all can have a big Happy Family reunion over dinner. Carter grins. And the sooner I can find a place and to get a drink around here. Damn right. Ahead of you, Hong Kong rises serpent-like from the sea. The government and megacorp coil together, writhing in their basket of institutionalized corruption. No one can tell where the snake body ends and the tail begins. That was Raymond's used to say. Duncan turns and starts down the pier. Carter follows. I suppose I follow too. Okay, do I have something like a map? No. Is this a map? I suppose. Inspect. Okay. Fresh construction is expanding the harbor into the water. Corporate interests can afford... That was too quick. That was too quick. That's closed. A lone rod. The guard shack at the end of the pier is dark and empty. Duncan gives the gate a push, but it doesn't budge. Well, that was open earlier. Duncan frowns. Looks pretty solid. Guess we'll have to find another way to reach the plaza. Guess so. Strange that there was no one here, though, isn't it? Carter shrugs. Who knows? It's Hong Kong. Not exactly sure how things work around here. Come on, rookie. We can cut through the construction site. I hate it when you call me that. Through the construction site. So now we... I suppose now we go here? Maybe? Or not? Or here? The gate is locked, but the nearby control panel appears accessible. Carter pulls it open with a metallic screech that pierces through your skull, sending a new wave of pain down your churning stomach. She examines the control panel for a moment, then throws Wu a backward glance. It looks like there's another way off the docks on the other side of the gate. I think that I can bypass the lock. Carter fiddles with some wires, and the door lock hisses open. Got it, let's go. Alright. Movement! Shouting in Cantonese, more Cantonese, too quick to catch. Yikes. The group on the dock was fishing a package out of the speedboat when you surprised them. Now the package is at the bottom of the bay, and the speedboat is disappearing into the distance. They close on you, red-faced and yelling. The light of the harbor glints of their weapons as they approach. The leader shouts something in Cantonese, but it's too fast to make out. You are rusty. It's been years since Raymond's house, and the language lessons that wouldn't end. The old man never spoke anything but his native language at home. Wu speaks with authority. His Cantonese is as solid as ever. He never let it drop. You guys doing some late-night fishing? The smuggler smiles. Oh yeah, we're fishing for unkind people. Wu points at their weapons. You're gonna need some better bait. All you're gonna catch with that is trouble. Try out your Cantonese. We're just passing through. Why don't you put the guns away? He laughs and looks at his crew. Hey, you talk good Cantonese. Real authentic. He keeps laughing. Actually, you just told me that you're gonna grab a gun. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Lone Star. Put the guns down. The smuggler squints at Wu's badge, then smiles at his friends. Never seen a badge like that before? Either it's fake, or you're some kind of security guard. He grasps his rifle. That thing is getting on my nerves here. There we go. Either way, this ends the same. I think he's done talking. You are now in turn-based combat mode. Each character on your team has an action pool. Spend these actions on movement, attacks, or using spells and items. Once your team turn is complete, the enemy team will move and attack. Additional tutorial information is available from the reference guide, which can be accessed in the upper right corner of your PDA menu. Okay, I just have the killing hands. Great. I suppose it is a turn-based, yeah. Looks like it. I don't know though. But it very much looks like that. Oh, even more. Tato can shoot. Single shot, aimed shot. Burst fire. I like the aimed shot though. Okay. And now I would like you to go here in half cover. No, you know what? I let them come to me. That seems like a good idea. Yeah. And you, what do? Cast Power Bolt. Oh. Can you do that again? Aim, strip up. Heal wound. Okay. Ow. Okay. I missed. I was going to say, excuse me, how can I miss? Kaput. You. Okay. Yeah, let them come. Damage, ouch. So, which one of these are my actual hit points? Are they the white dots up there, or is it the green bar? Okay, it's the green bar. Okay. Don't understand anything of what's happening. Well, it's a little bit like XCOM, but I suppose not as frustrating. I suppose. Nice. Okay. What's here? Do I have an inventory? I do. Aha. Okay. I have a grenade, a med kit, and a trauma kit. This is my gear. This is nice. Some armor. Okay. Keep the team alive. Okay. What's this? What is a dragon line? Dragonlines. The wild magic of Hong Kong can be harnessed by spellcasters to amplify the power, accuracy in spells. Oh, okay. For mages, shamans, and adepts. That's good, so I can use them. I can stand in them and then enhance my powers. Enhance! Okay, cool. Pick up, yes. What is it? An illegal street drug made from the leaked kamikaze formula. Add one body, one strength, and plus one willpower for 5 rounds. Every time the user is attacked, strength increases. Another gate panel. This one been vandalized and busted up good. The real nightmare of a repair job. Wu stares at the fence, considering. Loops and wools of razor wire glitter in the lamplight. By the way, how is the sound? Is it too quiet? Is it okay? How is the sound? Let me know. Looks etched with monofilament. The corporations here doesn't screw around. Why don't we just cut ourselves an opening? Sound is good? Okay. Perfect, thank you. She shakes her head. Even if you could, it'd snap back on you. Ever seen a high-tension wire whip through a human body? You don't want to. Ooh, getting Final Destination vibes here. Duncan nods in agreement. We aren't touching it. How about it, Carter? Think you can get a gate open? She winks at him. What do you think? Oh my. Huh? She eyeballs the job. It'll take a few minutes though. Frowning, she leans in to get a closer look at the mangled fuse box. A few seconds later, she starts pulling wires and yanking fuses. A look of intense concentration on her face. She's competent. In Cantonese, he sounds like Raymond when he does that. In Cantonese, the pen of my aunt is sitting on the end table. Satisfied? She's competent. I know. She runs the riot squad I'm assigned to. He continues in Cantonese. We speak only Cantonese from now on. Just like we did when we lived at Raymond's. Those endless drills are about to pay off. Sure, I learned a fourth language. Well, a fifth in that case. Why not? Why not? You think that's necessary? Could be the difference between life and death? Oh, okay. He nods once, satisfied, then turns his back and scans the horizon. At least you can still handle yourself in a fight. So you're a Lone Star now? That's right. Aren't you wondering what I've been up to for the last 8 years? Still giving you his back. Nope. The silence between you gets louder, heavier. Then it's broken by a sudden wailing screech, whose hand goes to his holster. The screech is replaced by the sound of grinding wheels. Glancing over to the console, you see Carter grinning back at you. Got it! Okay. The light from the nearby vendor stall slaps into your eyes, triggering a throbbing ache in the back of your skull. You stop short, squinting, as rough voices drift on the wood. On the wind. Wind? Wood? Somewhere. Where's everyone else? Where's the damn shipment? Haven't seen them yet? We just got here. The voice becomes irritated. Longwave's probably waiting for us, so we can haul it out of the boat for him. The lazy bastard. Let's just hang out here. Let him find us. Carter keeps her voice low. Looks like we're on a stroll through Smuggler Central. These gangsters don't know we're here. We could probably just slip past. Or we could clip them. They're already looking for us, or it might be better to take them out now while we've got the element of surprise on our side. While unaware, hostiles are on screen, press the unholster button to enter turn-based combat mode. Haha. Okay. Perfect. And I will go... there. Okay, and you... Where are you going? I can actually go there. Ow! Okay, I go here. That hurt. You can come here. Boom. You can go right next to him. Very nice. And you... You stop hitting me. I missed him? He was standing right in front of me. How could I miss him? Okay. Finish him! There we go. Perfect. Let me... No. There, I turn the music a little bit down and the rest a little bit back up again. Alright. There we go. And did we have some... No, we don't have... We didn't have subtitles. Okay, cool. Game saved. Alrighty. Let's take a look. A basic medkit. The most basic medkit that heals you and any team member, consumed when used, can be used outside of combat. Okay, how do I use that? Activate. Very good. And I suppose Carter has her own? She does. Okay, cool. Now, what were they waiting for here? Nothing there. Okay, can't go there. Looks like it's similar with the hit mechanics you should compare it to XCOM. Yeah, it looks like XCOM. I didn't know that, but yeah, Pyro said it before. Or asked that before, and it pretty much looked like it. What do we have here for pickup? What's that? 60 monies! Oh? Husky troll. Do I want to go there? It seems like he wants to talk. Crossing the street, you can make out 4 shadowy figures loitering in the plaza ahead. Troll, orc, dwarf, elf. 2 men, 2 women. They are different from the smugglers on the dock. Alert, poised, professional. You can see they've made a token attempt to conceal their weapons. The unspoken message is clear. We're strapped. Mind your manners. Wu stands up tall, takes that amused tone he gets whenever he's standing toe-to-toe with someone bigger. Someone who doesn't know they're about to go down. Evening, folks. You got permits for those bazookas? The thick troll pulls his mouth into a comic frown. Permits? Give me a minute. He makes a show of patting his pockets. Nope, guess not. Must have dropped mine in the dumpster, along with the last idiot who stepped to us. Wu coolly surveys the scene, not in a friendly fashion. Is that right? Well then. You can almost feel Wu's cop training kick in. It's like watching a drone execute a command routine. He reaches for his rifle, brings it up quick, but it's too late. By the time it hits shoulder level, an assortment of nasty-looking ordnance is already trained on his head. Carter backs him up. She whips her arm forward. Fists blazing in a magical fire, her eyes sweep the scene, darting from one figure to another. Alright, everyone, just be cool. The thick troll's voice is casual, amused. He shakes his gun in Wu's face. A little late for that, isn't it? Put your hands in your pockets. Listen, guys, my stomach's doing somersaults. How about we all put our guns away before someone gets hurt? The thick troll snorts a laugh. That guy looks like he could use an enema. Something we can do for you, officer? Wu's jaw tightens, but his tone stays cool and collected. I'm looking for an old man. Raymond Black? We were supposed to meet him here. You know him? Troll nods his enormous head. Wu's voice gets an edge. You can see a vein in his temple start to pulse. Where is he? Carter sees it too. Keeps her voice neutral. Easy, Duncan. The troll maintains amused eye contact, but his weapon stays trained on Wu. That's right. Easy, Duncan. Your friend Raymond never showed. We've been waiting for the better part of an hour. You were gonna meet Raymond? Mm-hmm. So you were his tour guides, right? The troll's yellow-brown tusk shift into a smile again. Kinda, yeah. The old man hired us to take you all on an excursion. Wu's brow furrows. Hired you? He takes a moment, looks them over. They're an odd assortment. A cybered-up troll, a orc girl with magical fetishes, a dwarf with a cybertech slung on her back, and a tall elf standing behind them quietly, inscrutable. All with guns trained on Wu. Understanding spreads across Wu's face, his jaw tightens. You're ShadowRunners. The troll nods. Uh-huh. Wu's shoulders creep up, his stance tightens. This is BS. Raymond would never hire Shadowrunners. They're criminals. The trolls correct him. Mercenary operatives. The dwarf cuts in. Her voice is soft but strong. Criminal, mercenary operatives. So, yeah, you were right. Your buddy Raymond was associating with a bunch of hardened criminals. The troll tosses Wu a sideways smile, then staring down the barrel of his gun. Sorry to burst your bubble, Lone Star. Guess you didn't know the old man as well as you thought, huh? Wu tries to shake it off, but he's struggling to process the information. You can feel the heat coming off of him. The runners sense it too, and they tense up tight. They're keyed on Duncan, and their guns are big. The look on their face make it clear. One wrong bead of sweat, and Wu's going down in a red mist cloud. Carter remains completely still. Her voice is level, moderate. She's done this before. Let's all stay focused. No need for this to get ugly. She speaks quietly to Wu, who listens without turning, his focus squarely on the troll. We need to find Raymond. These are the people who can help us do that. She's right. Let's focus on Raymond. You can tell the orc girl has enough of attention. She blurts it out. The old man wanted us to take him into Kowloon Walled City. She waves a hand at the three of you. You too. Two large rats clinging to her hip and shoulder poke their heads out of the folds of the clothing. They fix their beady eyes on you intensely. You know the Walled City? Slum, right? Heard of it. The girl sneers, rolling her eyes. It's a pitfall. The worst slum in the Eastern Hemisphere. Memories of growing up in the Redmond Barrens flash through your mind. We get it. It's a real bad place. Now why would a little old man pay you to take him there? The dwarf standing next to her nods and jumps in. Wouldn't say. He mumbled a lot too. Just kept rambling on and on about how he had to get in. Under the ordinary circumstances, I never would have accepted the gig. The walled city is the last place I want to go, but the old man rolled up a truckload of money, and you gotta eat, right? Wu risked a glance at you. His weapon remained trained on the Shadowrunners, but a flicker of uncertainty plays across his face. Interesting story. Seems like a good time to ramp down the threat of violence, don't you think? The troll flashes you a smile that all tusks and no warmth. Okay, gang. I tell you what. He looks at his team as he slowly starts to lower his weapon. We're all gonna put our guns down. There you... Excuse me, what? Got her! Excuse me, what? Who shot? I thought she. I didn't kill him, Ida Thana. I did not kill them. The sound of a high-caliber rifle shot hangs in the air, and the red dots of the lasers sweep the area. Carter, the troll, and the silent elf lie dead in the widening pool of blood. Ugh, their heads broken open like melons dropped from a 4-story building. So, hungry, anyone? The orc girl screams from cover. Nightjar! Nightjar, come on, big man, talk to me. Gotcha? No, no! She turns to the dwarf, her eyes wild with fear. Oh, this isn't good. Officer on megaphone. Oh, wow. A voice blares out from the loudspeaker. This is the police. Lay down your weapons, put your hands behind your head, and come out where I can see you. Duncan Wu, Naonya Revin. Oh. Come out where we can see you. You have 3 seconds. Duncan crouched behind the cover, his gaze locked on Carter's corpse. His voice comes out in a hoarse roar. Stand down, damn it! I'm law enforcement. Lone Star. Lone Star. He's driven deeper into the cover by the hail of gunfire. The dwarf shakes her head at him. Her voice is flat. Save your breath, they won't listen. Use your eyes. These bastards aren't here to make arrests. A sniper shot hits the wall next to her head, showering her an explosion of plaster. We need a way out of here. Now. Everyone pipe down. Just give me a minute. The red girl stares at the ground intently, as if listening. Then her brow furrows, her eyes go beady, and her nose wrinkles up. She begins to sway back and forth, her lips moving soundlessly. She snaps out of her trance. Okay, I got a way out at the end of the street. Everyone come with me? Everyone? We don't need the rent-a-cops, gobbet. We're the only ones. The little orc whips her head towards her friend. Their extra firepower is, I got us an exit, but we gotta get past the heat. And we can't shoot our way out of this on our own. If nothing else, they can soak up a few rounds for us. Charming. She turns to you, her pupils pinpricks of intensity. Just stick to cover and keep close. There's a door down the street that leads to a back alley. That's our exit point. You fall behind, you get left behind. Okay, so I suppose we're going... Wait. That's the access point. Okay. Hey! Spray and pray. Spray and pray. Nice. Okay. Yeah, no. Oh yeah, come closer. That's actually quite smart. Okay, cool. Put, and that means you can now go here. Hi, Wild Hunt. Hello. Okay, I think we are taking him down this round. You go there. It might be possible to use the network connection on this police motorcycle to do some damage to their local network. The police drones power down. Ooh, even... Wait, there's more? Of course there's more. How could I not see that there is more? Well, first we're getting you here, and then you are going to shoot. I thought you could shoot that dude. How far can you throw that thing? I didn't see the others there. That's massively rude. You know, I'm going here. Yeah. Yeah. And then oh, they can't be only equipped outside of that. Yeah, you know, I'm good here. I'm perfectly fine there. Yeah. Um Only outside. Okay, cool. Why isn't for lingering area effects spell that damages anyone passing through? Lasts for 3 rounds. Okay. Increase friendly target's AP. Huh. Line of sight blocked. So what if I go here? Okay, he's bleeding. That's good. Nah, I'm good back here. Yeah. I'm pretty good back here, thanks. No, I'm still good here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Is it the drop? Who else is here? How long do we actually have to wait now? There's some poison here that I don't want to... Where did an hour disappear? I would say at daylight savings, huh? I guess that's the hour that's missing now, right? Out of ammo, great. Oh! What? Ugh. Nah, I'm good. I stay. Don't have any ammo. Let's see if I die or not. Most likely. Okay, nice climb. Bye. Whoops. How can you miss him? Okay. New try? I don't know what's going on here. Are there more? Now I have to go there? Is that it? I mean, I tried that before and then somebody turned up again down here, so... You checked the stream 20 minutes ago and it didn't start? I'm online for an hour and 20 minutes, so that can't be. I know your time is a little bit obscured now with the new family member, but yeah. No. No, I'm staying right there. Please stay. There we go. The red shaman guides you from the doorway on the street through an eternity of winding alleys, damp sub-basements, damp sub-basements, Jesus Christ, and empty buildings. Stumbling through refuse and filth, you make your way into the sewers below Victoria Harbour. It reeks down here, but it's quiet. Gobbet stops, sniffs, and wipes her eyes with the back of her wrist. Her red squeaks softly in the folds of her clothing. The dwarf watches her silently for a moment, then moves closer and gently takes her hand. In the dim light of the sewer, you can see they're nearly the same age. No more than 20, 21 tops. What were their names? She keeps her head down and tells it to the floor. The troll you were talking to was Nightjar. He was our friend. The elf was called Godshot. Kinda like an a-hole. But I didn't need to see his head splattered everywhere like that. Hi, Nighters! Hello! Hope everyone having a great Sunday? So far I do. Yeah, thanks. How about you? She inhales a cleansing breath. Nightjaw was a good guy. Always had our backs. Isabel's and mine. Isabel nods in agreement. Her voice is flat. Rare to find runner that you can actually trust. She looked at her friend. Are we clear? Gobbet looks back to the way you came. I think we've shaken them. She sniffs the air. Yeah, we're clear. Wu begins pacing, his boots splashing in the sewer water, creating echoes down the tunnel. You can feel the tension coming off from him in waves. This is BS. I am done messing around in alleys and sewers, and I'm done running from the cops. He pokes a thumb at his chest and spits in anger forth a raspy growl. For heaven's sake, I am a cop. You do need more coffee? Oh, you and me both. We noticed. There's a Lone Star Sergeant dead back there. Damn it, she was... Wu starts to choke up. He struggles against it, fighting to maintain control, but he needs a minute to recover. He finally manages to pull it together, but he's raw. When he speaks again, his voice is seething and hoarse. I don't know what the hell's going on with the Hong Kong cops, but I'm calling in some Lone Star backup from home. I'm gonna get some of my own people down here. We're gonna find Raymond and figure out what the heck is going on. Little orc shrugs. Whatever you say, big guy. You have fun with that. She looks over at her friend. They both nod. Iz and I are out of here. Best of luck finding your friend. Best of luck? That's it? I mean, your people died in a hail of sniper fire. You're gonna do anything about that? I mean, of course, we're gonna do something about it. In fact, we're gonna do two things. Run and hide. Oh, you weasel. Look, we got you to safety, but now we are done with this. We don't intend to die for you. Wu isn't listening. You can see on his face that he has already written the orc girl off. He pulls a security-grade BDA from its holster on his left leg, raises it, and starts tapping the buttons with a meaty finger. The Lone Star logo on the back of the device looks shiny and official. He stops confused and then taps it again harder. The red flashing image on the PDA reflects on his goggles. What the hell? I'm locked out of the network. He looks up at you. My law enforcement status has been revoked. He goes back to the screen. I don't believe it. This is saying there's an APB out on us. You will need both. I figured as much. You heard them on the loudspeaker, they knew our names. Wu glares at the wall, storm raging across his face. Damn it! Paraphrasing. His hand clenches into a fist around the PDA. This just keeps getting worse. He leans forward as if to punch the wall, his knuckles rapping against it softly, a pantomime of barely constant rage. Suddenly he turns and slings his PDA at the far wall. It hits hard, bounces back, and clatters to the ground at his feet. He looks down at it, spent. The orc's mouth an okay to herself, eyebrows raised. On that note, I think it's time for us to say goodbye. Come on, Isabel, let's... She's caught up by a sudden smashing noise at her friend's boot comes crashing down on the PDA at Wu's feet. The dwarf looks down at her work, unsatisfied, and brings the boot down again, and again, and again, until there's nothing left but a snarl of plastic housing, broken glass, and circuit board. She looks up at Wu, her chest heaving, and points at the pile of scrap she created. Police issued. They can trace you through that. She turns to you and hands out, yours too, it's on the network. Smash it yourself. We bury our own. You crush the PDA to shards under your foot while Isabel looks on blankly. Good. She looks over to Gobbet, sighs, then reaches into her jacket pocket, pulling out 2 new PDAs. She hands them to you and Duncan. Burners. I suppose it's the least we could do after your help back there. Entropic, they know you. Got any snacks in there? I'm getting a bit peckish. Isabel isn't listening. She's starting open-mouthed at her own PDA, its bluish glow illuminating her horrified expressions. Gobbet, we gotta go. Right now. Isabel's voice is monotone but emphatic. She holds up her PDA to show her friend. They're after us too. The screen displays a local newscast. Your own face stares back at you from the upper left corner of the screen. And in breaking news, just under an hour ago, Hong Kong port authorities were involved in a firefight with members of the terrorist cell linked to the mainland city-state of Henan. The battle left 3 terrorists dead, along with an unconfirmed number of Hong Kong police officers. Your image wings out, replaced by a scowling image of Duncan Wu, a mugshot from a long time ago, before Raymond. Our sources report that Seattle natives Duncan Wu and Naonya, along with their Hong Kong-based accomplices, are still at large. They are well armed and should be considered extremely dangerous. Low-res photographs of Goblet and Isabel pop up on screen, replacing Duncan Wu. The color drains out of Goblet's face. Oh no. Kowloon officials report that the terrorist cell known as the White Star maintains ties to the state of Henan, and it's purported to be receiving weapons and funding from anti-corporate groups in the UCAS city-state of Seattle. Port authorities are standing on high alert, and the Hong Kong Police Force's Special Duties Unit has been engaged to deal with the threat. We go live now to Chief Inspector Crate of the Special Duties Unit, who will be making a statement. Behind the newscaster video window displays the location of your firefight on Victoria Harbour. The camera pans to Chief Inspector Crate. She's surrounded by a swarm of news reporters but appears unfazed by the attention. She speaks with supreme confidence. We have yet to ascertain the motive for tonight's attack, but it was clearly a well-planned and coordinated effort. Crate sounds smooth, more like a corporate mouthpiece than a cop. We have already issued an all-points bulletin along with a kill or capture order for the 4 remaining terrorists, and I have instructed the Special Duties Unit to make this manhunt a top priority. She looks directly into the camera. If you should see one or more of these individuals, do not attempt to engage them. Instead, tap on the HKPF flash code at the bottom of the screen. If you're on an authorized network and take a picture, your system will automatically identify them in our data stream. Rebecca switches off the newscast and clips her PDA back into the belt. For a moment there is no sound, but the raw sewer water rushing through the pipes. Gobbet's bent over, hands on her knees, sucking wind. Her rats scurry in for a new position. I thought we were before, Wu's voice is eerily calm, but now we are well and truly. We'll deal with it, Duncan. We always do. Wu's mouth tightened. Not this time. He begins stalking back and forth, a panther in a cage. They've labeled us terrorists, and there's an APB out on us. I heard this kind of announcement before. I know what comes with it. It doesn't matter if we have nothing to do with whatever the city-state. They're going to hunt us down. It's open season. Isabel nudges the remains of Wu's PDA with her booted toe. And the 2 of us will be hunted down right alongside you. Gobbet wide-eyes the exits, tight as a spring. You can hear shallow panting as she leans toward one, then the other. We gotta go deep. Hit the mainland for a while until we can figure this out. Find a hole to crawl into. Gobbet looks at Isabel, wipes her mouth, and points at you and Duncan. We gotta get them off the grid too. Way off. The dwarf looks up at Duncan, and her large eyes narrow. Hey, Lone Star. You got a security license, right? That means you got an SEN too. Of course I have sin, as I am. Sin? Sin. I wouldn't be able to get paid otherwise. Only criminals and lifeless go sinless. She runs her hand along her cyberdeck thinking, that means that you can be traced. Both of you. You get spotted by a drone or security camera, get ID'd by a retinal scanner, or try to use your cred stick or passport, and the HKPF will know just where to find you. Wu crosses his arms across his chest. You know how system identification number works, runner. Ooh. Opa. I can't believe this. Tell me about it. Do you have any idea how hard it was to get Lone Star accredited with my background? Gobbet pulls at her dreadlocks. We're just as screwed as you are. Me and Nis, we were listed as your accomplices. And we can't afford for you to get caught. You'll lead them to us, one way or another. DNA samples, things we've told you, astral residue, I don't know, cop stuff. The little decker looks from you to Wu, eyes narrowed, sizing you up. You can see her make a silent decision before she speaks. Her voice is flat, resigned. We need to get your sins burned. Delete you from the record books. All of them. All of them? Whoa, wait a minute. You want us to just erase our identities? Wu rubs a hand across his scalp. Beyond the fact that it's insane, will that even work? If we burn our sins, go off the grid like that, won't they just redouble their efforts to find us? Condescension seeps its way into Isabel's dry tone. Imagine playing a game of hide and seek with a siren strapped to your head. Would you rather try and hide with a siren or with a siren conspicuously absent? Deleting our identities across the entire matrix sounds hard. The little decker nods knowingly. It's very difficult. I can't do it. Some people can. Organizations. Expert systems. Gobbet's voice drops. We can ask for help. There's only one person we know who has the kind of There's only one person we know who has the kind of pull it takes to burn a sin and hide us from the cops. Kindly Cheng. Who's Kindly Cheng? Some sort of super decker? Nope. Kindly's no decker. She's what's known as a straw sandal, kind of a middle manager for the Yellow Lotus Syndicate. That triad. Kindly Cheng controls all the illegal activity in our neighborhood. Smuggling, bootlegging, counterfeiting. Middle manager as the Yellow Lotus a syndicate or a retail outlet? Leans in. Gobbet leans in, serious as death. Do not get the wrong impression. Kindly Cheng is no bureaucrat. She controls a good-sized portion of the Kowloon's underworld. She has soldiers, resources, and she's smart. And she's not to be underestimated. Isabel's voice is hollow and flat. Taking favors from a woman like Kindly Cheng is a good way to get yourself in undentured servitude. You don't want to owe favors to a woman like that. Her eyes get big, round. Ideally, you don't want to deal with her at all. That was Nightjar's job. Wait a minute, you know this woman? We've only met her once or twice. Nightjar was the one who worked with her. Like I said, she's got her fingers in everything, including brokering ShadowRuns from the corpse. Kindly Cheng is our fixer. Gobbet tries to make her voice light, confident. Just stay on her good side and you'll have nothing to worry about. Now, let's get this done before one of us trips the APB and brings all hell down upon us. Okay, we... No, wait. There. Duncan seemed alright. Wait, I can't use that on her own? Why not? Huh. Alright. Is there anything here that we want? No. Okay, maybe here. You're about to leave this location and enter the subway system. Continue? Yep. Sinless, you scramble up a ladder and through an access way where the sewer system spits you out onto the Hong Kong Mass Transit Railway System, the MTR. Crossing the rails, you climb up to the platform and on into the station. Above you is Heoi, where the Red Shaman and the Little Decker plan to plead your case to Kindly Cheng, the one woman they know who can help you get underground and off-grid fast. But there'll be a price. Cheng is a triad boss whose favors tend to come with strings attached. The sounds of a waterfront at night leak down from the stairways to the surface. Peering up the steps, you can catch a glimpse of the night sky overcast and low. The sewers deposit you into a serial of mechanical accessway that eventually link to a system of railway tunnels. Gobbet leads you through 5 or 6 magnetically sealed doors and across several sets of electrified tracks until she indicates you've reached your destination. She holds up her hand, indicates she's surrounding the surrounding platform. This is the MTR station for Heoi. Once you go up those stairs, you'll be in our neighborhood. Kindly Cheng runs her operation out of a mahjong parlor called Swift Winds. Wu rips off his goggles. There's an APB out on us. How do you expect us to get to Swift Wind's place without taking a bullet? Heoi is well known as protected area. Kindly Cheng sees to that. It's a shadow community. Smugglers, hijackers, black marketeers. You get the idea. Cops tend to give that place a wide berth. Isabel gives a shallow nod and gaze remains planted on the floor. Police cameras don't last long here. Between the smog and the cloud cover, we shouldn't have to worry about drone surveillance either. The HKPF won't find you, not if you follow our lead. Gobbet widens her stance, puts her hands on her hips. Now, here is how it's going to work. You can't get an audience with Cheng until we secure you an invitation, so me and Is will go on ahead and pay our respects. Then we'll request that she sees you. Politely. An invitation? How do we get that? The Red Shaman smirks. We'll kiss her behind until it shines. Ew. Isabel sighs. Well, that's about the size of it. Hi, levitators. Hello! Looks good? Love the art style? Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I like it. A lot of reading though, but I like it. Yeah, ShadowRun Hong Kong. Extended. Yes, that's what it is. Gobbet holds up a hand. One more thing. Kindly Cheng is a dangerous woman. She may seem friendly, but don't let your guard drop. And whatever you do, do not disrespect her. I dealt with dangerous people all my life. I know how to behave myself. You'd better. If you don't, it's all of our behinds. She lets her hand fall, nods to the three of you. Okay, we'll go on ahead and smooth the way. Just give us a few minutes a head start. Why don't we just... No. There. Because no one knows you're here, and outsiders aren't welcome to Hewi. Gobbet eyes woo up and down. Plus, your friend here radiates cop. Cops are even less welcome than outsiders. Then she looks your way, and you're not exactly ordinary either, are you? I like to think I have a certain flair. She smiles for the first time. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hi, LeBain. Hello. How am I doing? I'm doing good. Thanks. How about you? What are you up to? If people see us strolling through town together with no prior explanation, we might not make it to the Mayong parlor after all. How do we know you're not just going to bolt on us? She squints at you, confused. Because we need your sins burned as badly as you do. And we need to figure a way out of this ish. Or we are all dead. Plus, we could use the muscle right now. Her voice sounds sheepish. Just saying. She quickly turns away. See you at the Mayong parlor. Okay, the Shadowrunner's footsteps quickly fall away, and then you're alone with Wu. He grunts something unintelligible and begins panther-stalking back and forth again, boot prints of sewer water and muck marking his path on the subway platform behind him. Minutes pass, and Wu stops his pacing and runs both hands over his face, groaning a sound of anxiety and disgust. It dissipates, and he stands there silently, his hands covering his face and his shoulders shaking with emotion. Then he begins to laugh. It's love that comes from down deep, from the place where fear and frustration and impotence swirl. But the barriers holds, Wu focuses, taking control of his breathing, and his laughter begins to slow. He becomes himself again. Oh my god! An aftershock of laughter shuddered through him. Are you effing kidding me? What the heck are we doing here? How do we get into this? He drops his hands and turns to you, shaking his head in disbelief. I think I'm gonna lose it. Do what you gotta do, but make it fast. He glares at you. Make it fast? What? Carter is dead. They ended her. He puts a hand on his forehead. I don't know what I'm going to do now. Just focus on finding Raymond. So that's it? Just throw Carter down the memory hole and bury her deep? But my partner's death behind me. I put my partner's death behind me and carry on like a good little Lone Star? He holds a hand. Don't answer. His voice goes flat. He's done. Doesn't matter anymore. We're stuck in this country, surrounded by criminals. And the police, are trying to blow our heads off. He grabs the back of his neck, squeezes. Screw it. Maybe I just let him. Do you know why? Because we're going to burn our sins. Jesus Christ, do you get what that means? The moment we do that, we're dead. To the world, we're dead. We're wiped clean. He counts it up on his fingers. Raymond, the house we grew up in, my career, Carter, all gone. No home, no money, no identity, nothing. He waves his hands, brushes it all away. We'll be nobody. I'm going to find a way out of this. Just follow my lead like you did in the old days. You want to bring up the old days? Are you serious? You left the old days behind years ago. Wu's neck cranes forward, his lower jaw thrust out ahead of him. You left me behind. Well, I was in jail, and so I heard. You left me behind. Memories flash bright. Suddenly you are back 8 years ago on the street outside of Raymond's house. Just you and Wu. The middle of the night. Flashback. Hi, Ugomu. Doing great, making yourself something to eat. What are we eating? What are we having? And you're watching on the phone? On a new phone, nice. What are you having? The young Duncan. Oh, look at him. Look at. I mean, he looks younger, right? We imagine he looks younger. You can't just leave like this. What am I going to say to Raymond? You know how he is. Yeah, no. I got something to attend to, Duncan, and it can't wait. That's what you keep saying, but you still won't tell me what's going on. What is so important that you have to run out now, in the middle of the night, without even telling Raymond why? He's distraught, you can see it on his face, hear it in his voice. He used to be lost without you. Someone messed with me, and I don't intend on letting them get away with it. Could use your help. His eyes widen. I can't give you help like that anymore. I am on a good path now. I can't afford to mess that up. Look, whatever's going on, I can tell you one thing. Raymond will not approve. I know. Why do you think I'm sneaking out? Be back before the weekend. You remember the look on Duncan's face as you walked away? The events that followed were a blur, one that you don't care to remember. 3 days later, you were behind bars in a private corporate prison. No interrogation, no charges, no appeal. Years later, some corporation bought some other corporation, and the new board of directors pushed through some sort of reform agenda, and the higher-ups gave an order. And then you were out. With a few hundred monies to your name, and one scary as heck non-disclosure agreement ensuring your silence. Not that it mattered to you anymore, you were starting fresh, determined. Until Raymond tracked you down. Left you that voicemail. Brought you to Hong Kong, and back together with Duncan Wu. You realize that Wu's been staring at you. Now let's hear it. Where the heck have you been all this time? Why didn't you contact me, at least to tell me you're alive? I wanted to, but I was locked up tight. Corporate black site. No communication. No-ish. He squints at you. Full lie detector mode. I had no idea. What? Something simple? You're making some meatballs. With onions and garlic and paprika. Bell pepper. Nice. Sounds good. A range of emotions play across Wu's face. He stares at the ground for some time, before finally looking back at you, looking back up to you with heavy sigh. Wow, I really don't know how to process that one right now. He shakes his head. I don't know. You're still alive tomorrow. We can talk more. This is too much. We're marooned on this island, hunted by the cops. My partner is dead, Raymond is missing, and we're about to go see a crime lord about erasing our goddamn identities. And as a bonus, our only allies are a pair of tiny criminals who would kill us if they could, so they didn't have to deal with this. He rubs his head viciously. Listen, back in the Barrens, whenever I was out of control, you just handled the situation, remember? With Carter gone, I'm just raw nerve. I'm afraid I'm gonna slip back, and people are gonna start getting hurt again. I got your back, Duncan. He stares at you hard, like he's trying to see something inside your head. His voice comes out flat. We'll see. Just don't press it. I need time to get used to you. Now let's go meet that triad woman to get our damn sins burned. I want to rip off the bandage as fast as I can. Okay. Is there anything that we want? Oh. AoE. A makeshift boat city latched into the Kaitak riverfront like a parasite. Behind you, a massive snarl of dog and derelict high-rises dominates something. A walled city. Okay. The thug looks at you dead-faced. Despite his street clothes, he wears a high-tech earpiece. The entrance to the walled city is closed to foreigners. Okay. Fine. Frederick? That's close enough, friend. The club is members and invites only. I suggest you move along. Is that the Mayong place? Only if I could read these signs. Come on, man, my friends are already inside. Can I just go look around for a second? Nope. Okay, fine. What are we having over here? What's that? Use intercom. A massive steel security door is set on a bunker-like concrete wall. There is no sign or identification of what this place is. A battered intercom is encased in a cage of welded steel and armor glass. Grainy letters are barely readable on the screen. Chrome alley, medical service and mechanical repair. Premises protected by deadly weapons and infectious diseases. It sounds great. There's a crackle of static, then a brusque voice answers. What do you want? The voice Cantonese is precise, but the accent sounds American. I need some medicine. Ah, very funny. Listen, lady, I don't know you. I don't like people I don't know. What are you doing here? Who sent you? Oh god. I'm one of kindly's people. Really, huh? We'll just check on that. There's a long static-laden silence on the intercom, then then it reactivates long enough for 2 words to reach you. Off. Okay. So I suppose we're not getting anything from you for now. Fine. Maybe later. Oranges. Market. Okay. Hi, Rage Kitty. Hello. Oh, what's here? You might have difficulties getting out of here. Just saying. The original name has been sloppily painted over with black paint. Newer but somewhat weathered characters have been painted in bold brush strokes and read Bold Hole. Can I go up there? No. Pity. Just off the docks you spot a sea-worn man with a smile that almost too wide for his head. His teeth shine white against the thick black bush of his beard. His clothes are a myriad of colors, patterns and fabrics, a smattering of cultures draped across his body. If there's anything he's clearly advertising, it's the extent of his travels. You see something you like? His voice is coarse, like steel wool on your eardrums. Come and get it, because now's your last chance. Everything is on sale, and you won't find prices like these anywhere else, my friend. Show me what you're selling. I have some mana roofs. Nice. Okay, weapon. A sort of a shotgun, sort of Benelli. Last 3 inches of barrel, sort of. Okay. I can do that. Creates 4 squares of firewall that cost 25 IP when moving around. Oh. That's actually quite nice. But I like that sort of Benelli as well. There we go. Equipment and stash. Hi, poet. Armor points, yes please. Beyond the current ranged combat. Okay. Is it here? There is the Mayong powder. The swift wind's Mayong parlor filled with the stink of cigarette smoke, the incessant click-clack of Mayong tells, and the grim faces of hardened gamblers. Aha. You can feel every eye in the room as you cross the Mayong parlor to be a middle-aged woman sitting patiently at its end. The click-clack of ivory-colored tile stops hands stray beneath the table, into jackets, pockets, behind backs. The woman has the face of a prison guard and the demeanor of an inmate. Her salt and pepper hair is pulled into an iron-hard bun, and beneath it, 2 shiny black eyes offers nothing, buttons sewn on a doll. A nearly empty bottle of something foul rests on her mahjong table, nestled between a pair of dirty shot glasses. Tiny puddles of brown linger in their bottoms. Gobbet and Isabel stand on the other side of the table, heads lowered, shoulders slumped, hands clasped. They risk a frightening glance at you as you approach. Connie Jang's voice is nasal and rusty mean. My little pair of F-ups here told me all about what happened on the docks. She dips a pinky into a shot glass, brings it to her mouth, remove it with a sharp smack. How two of my best runners had their heads put out. How you need protection, and how you need to get your identities wiped before you get your heads put up too. Potentially leaning the heat to my front door, and placing me and everyone in my employ in danger. She fingers the rim of her glass. So wise. So very, very wise. The young shaman eyes never leave the floor. We're sorry, Auntie. We thought... Her black eyes flash. You mustn't speak until you are spoken to, Gobbet dear. The smile turns mean. And since you are one short hair away from being dumped in the river, chained to Isabel's corpse, I suggest you let your new friends here do the talking for a while. Does that make sense to you, dear? Her atriacal voice is back, sweet, nasal, and grinding. Dark circles ring Gobbet's armpits. Yes, Auntie. Chang inclines her head gently. Very good. So you learned so quickly. Gobbet kept a very cool head in a tense situation. She's the one who led us out of the police ambush. Gobbet's eyes dart from you to the Triad boss and back again. A thin trickle of perspiration slides from beneath her robes of her hair. Kindly Cheng slowly turns, directs her attention to you. Her voice remains cloyingly sweet. I count little Gobbet here among my most resourceful runners, but I admit it's good to have outside validation from time to time. The look of gratitude from the young red shaman is deeply sincere and exceedingly brief. Kindly chin lowers and her nostril flares. And now that you've shared that valuable little tidbit, perhaps you would be so kind as to keep your effing mouth shut until you are spoken to. Her voice sweetens again. Can you do that for me? Not yes. She smiles with her mouth and her eyes remain cold. I do appreciate it, dear. She pulls another drink. Her cheeks are rosy, already flushed. Now, my darlings, I understand from little Red-ish here that you came to from Seattle to meet with my client, Mr. Black. Wu's jaw tightens at the word client. But before you could find him, the HKPF started splattering gray matter everywhere, and everything went to ish. And now you need your sins burned so you can disappear before you end up dead too. Is that right? Yes, ma'am. Very good. Why don't we start with you telling me who you are? Call me DieLuette. Oh, you've already chosen a street name. How prescient of you. Cheng looks at you approvingly. DieLuette? It's a good name. Has real character. I know, right? She flutters her eyelashes at you. Now, what is your real name? I mean, do you want me to erase your identities, don't you, dear? I'll need to know who you are first. Naonya, I do what needs doing. She rests her chin on her hand. I know the time. And how did you become someone who does what needs doing, Naonya? I don't think that I'm going to lie to her. Picked it up young, been in the cooler for a few. Wu brows furrows and shakes his head. Still can't believe it. Kindly Cheng whips her head towards Wu, a nasty retort already on her lips. but then she stops. Sticks out her lower lip as she sizes him up. She turns to her lieutenant standing behind her, nodding her approval. Looks like the gun show is in town. What's your name, gun show? Wu's focus remains straight ahead. Duncan Wu. I'm a cop. Lone Star. I hear there were some fresh corpses found on the docks tonight. Smugglers, I believe. It didn't sound like the Hong Kong police when I heard about it. You're doing Duncan Wu? Wu's eyes remain fixed on a spot on the wall behind her. He smolders. I identified myself as Lone Star, but they wouldn't stand down. They had weapons. It was self-defense. She puckers her lips at him, her voice sing-song. I don't care, sweetie. They weren't my people. But now I know you're a life-taker, Mr. Gunshow. You and your friend here. She begins arranging mahjong tiles on the table in front of her. But now I'm curious. Why were you meeting Raymond Black on the docks tonight? He's a friend, said he needed our help. Cheng's black eyes flash. Really? You have a lot of 65-year-old friends who fly around the world to help? He raised us. Raymond Black is our foster father. That make her pause. Cheng lifts a bottle of swill and eyes the label, connecting the dots in her own head. Interesting. A look of disgust passes over her face. Sorry, kids, but he was looking like Ish when I saw him. Eyes half open, dark circles around them, dragging his feet. The whole bit. Sheet in displeasure. Your foster daddy was in a bad place. You think it was drugs? You can hear Wu's teeth grind. Raymond didn't do drugs. Kindly Cheng wags a finger in agreement. Of course not. Nobody's daddy does drugs, Gunshow. They all have herb gardens and read poetry books to relax after a hard day at the office. She shrugs and inclines her head towards you. Who knows, Ribbon? It could have been drugs, but he was lucid most of the time. Still, if Mr. Black wants something, it was definitely some sort of hallucinogen. I remember him drifting off near the end of our meeting. It looked like he was of somewhere else in his head. He said, I left prosperity in there. Then Nightjaw puts his hand on Mr. Black's shoulder, asked him why he wanted to go into the walled city so bad. That seemed to bring him back. When your old man opens his eyes, they were full of tears. Then he muttered something else I couldn't make out. She pours herself another shot, tosses it back and rubs her belly. Your daddy got really irritating after a while. How do you leave Prosperity? Do you think Prosperity could be a person? I have no clue. She grabs a long, slim cigar from the back on the mahjong table, lights it. Alright, let's get to it. She exhales smoke and puts two fingers at you and Wu. You two need your sins burned, and you need them burned fast. Hong Kong dragnets are bad news. When they roll in force. Armored personnel carriers, heavy armor, heavy weapons, sorcerers, the whole thing. And they aren't coming to arrest you. She folds her arms across her chest. The thin cigar bobs in her head as she speaks. The good news is I can help you. With a wave of my hand, I can have your sins disappear. But you need to understand, my darlings, is that what you're asking for is not a simple request. Burning a sin isn't just deleting a number. It's wiping all reference of that number from all of the world's largest databases. It's masking your mugshot in their facial recognition database so that the first camera you walk past doesn't bring them down on you like a ton of bricks. It's covering our effing tracks so that the act of burning your sin doesn't lead them right to us. It requires contacts in numerous corporations and the UCAS government. Smoke rolls out of her tribe boss's nose. It requires someone like me. Therefore, I need to make a choice. She takes another drag on her cigar and gently places her palm flat on the table. Do I kill you and dispose of your bodies before the cops come looking for you, or do I help you burn your sins? How would killing us benefit you? Cheng rests her chin on her head again and smiles at you. Killing you would be far simpler. Less moving parts, if you're alive. She stares at you for a moment, chin still on hand, thinking. Taps her ash on the floor without taking her eyes off of you. A low, reluctant growl rumbles somewhere deep in her throat. Okay, you live for now, but I'll put your sins to the torch. However, I'll need to call in several valuable favors within my network to do it, and those favors do not come cheap. Kindly Chen stubs out her cigar. You will owe me. What do you want us to do? I want you to deliver a message for me to a business associate in the walled city. The Yellow Lotus has a strong presence inside. Isabel can tell you all about it, can't you, dear? Isabel grew up in the walled city. Isabel's eyes remain lowered. They collect taxes for the corporations, extort protection money from shopkeepers, run drugs, guns, people. They hurt people. We do those things, yes, but to be fair, we also operate the walled city black market. You might not be alive today if it weren't for the lifeline that we provide. Isabel clams up tight. Cheng picks up a mahjong tile and turns it with her fingers. There is a red pole, a sort of enforcer, yes? On the inside, his name is Strangler Bao. Bao is a strong man, a good soldier, but he has forgotten his place. I need you to remind him. And how are we supposed to do that? She tosses you a memory stick. This is a message for Bao. You will deliver it to him in my name, and then return to him. Remember that Bao's men are my men. By right, they should all be serving me. I would prefer it if you did this quietly and without killing them. I have no use for dead soldiers. She turns to Gobbet and Isabel. One of you will go with these two Westerners to the walled city, help them locate Bao and show them the ropes. The other will remain here with me. I have several menial and degrading tasks that need doing around the establishment. No matter who goes and who stays, you both pay for bringing an APB to my doorstep. Yes, Auntie. Yes, Auntie. Now, I'm gonna find out who ordered the hit on Nightjar and does some dentistry on him with power tools. She closes her eyes and smiles with pleasure. That one was my favorite. He sang to me sometimes. She opens her eyes again and sneers. That other one, I don't care about. Gutshot was in. She turns away and waves you off in the back of her hand, with the back of her hand. That will be all, my darlings. Return to me when you are done. One last question, Auntie. She keeps her back at you, but you can tell she's making eye contact with her lieutenant. Why not? Apparently I'm feeling generous today. How do I know you weren't behind Raymond? I shouldn't ask that. What do you think happened to Raymond and got your Shadowrunners killed? Kindly Cheng's voice is small. I don't know. Huh. The walled city and deliver messages. Strangler Bao. Can we play a round of mahjong? I don't think so. Pity. Pity. Nope. Can I talk to you? No. Anything here that is interesting? The sail? Okay. And here's the end of the floating market. Okay. Oh. Okay. Nope. Okay. Let's see, that's still not you. Now we can talk to you. The thug taps his earpiece, gestures with the head. Auntie Chang said you'll be coming. You can pass. Uh-huh. Alright. When traveling to new mission locations, you will be able to choose which members of your team to bring, and modify their loadout for the run. When members of your team become permanently incapacitated on a mission, they'll be automatically extracted for emergency medical care. They will be patched up and ready for action the next time you return to PoE. Avoid this loss of firepower by always carrying some dog wagon trauma kits into the field. Okay. City of Darkness. Kowloon Waltz City, the most densely populated spot on Earth. Nearly 40,000 people crammed into 7 acres of chaos, poverty, disease, and vice. A self-contained city that collects no taxes and provides no city services. Stagnant water sits in temporary wells, trash lies piled on roofs and controlled burns. Improvised structures lean dangerously over populated areas. It's the ideal breeding ground for all manner of illicit trade. Drugs, gambling, black market trade, meta-human trafficking, and everything in between. The only law is triad law. And now you need to enter the septic system of a city. Find a triad enforcer named Strangler Bao, and deliver a message from Kindly Chen. Why are they locked? You have karma available to improve your character's attributes and skills. Open the karma screen. Yes. Free, okay. And raise a cyber weapon. Oh. You need to go scouting something to eat. Have a good time, enjoy. You too. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you feel better soon. Foul, oily water rains down from above, mixes with the filth and offal and swills of the streets, turns it into a flowing slurry of unrecognizable sewage. Probably October. Oh boy. Well, just stuff your nose with something. Turn into a mouth breather. In the distance, the sounds of back alley activity add to the ambience of your arrival. Breaking glass, the cracking hiss of garbage fire, faint screams of terror punctuated by the occasional gunshot. Sex and business and violence and misery blended into one. Wu winces at the stink, waves a hand in front of his face. Raymond said that prosperity is in the walled city, but I don't see it. Why the hell would he want to set one foot in this place? You got me. As I said, the walled city is the worst slum in the Eastern Hemisphere. Maybe in the world. A rat pokes its head out of the fold of her clothing, squeals softly. She reaches up a hand to comfort it. There's something wrong with this place. It isn't just a slum, it feels poisonous somehow. On an astral level, it churns my stomach to even come near. Wu nods in agreement. Okay, you were right. This isn't the Barrens. It feels, I don't know, thicker. He goggles this place. Which way? The Lotus Den, that's what Bao calls this little corner of hell. I don't know where it is offhand, but I have a way of finding things. There's a flurry of motion at her hip, and the second pair of beady eyes appears. Gobbet shifts her hand from one rat to the other, stroking each in turn. They probably aren't expecting anyone to come in force. We can kick in the door, drop the guards, hand over the message, and get the hell out. Kindly doesn't want them dead. She wants them to remember where their loyalties lie. It's tough to remember too much of anything when you've got a bullet in your head. I mean, we could kill them if you really wanted to. Technically, Bao is the only one that has to live, but I'd rather keep Auntie Chang happy than pee her off again. This group's safety is my biggest concern. We don't need to risk our necks for a bunch of triad ducks. I like the way you think. "42 Planetes? Planes? Planets picked up. Okay. Thanks for the entertainment while you have tedious space work. You're welcome. You're welcome. I won't have any voice tomorrow, but you're welcome, Rage Kitty. And 42 planets, that is a lot of planets. That is a lot of planets. Okay, do not kill any yellow lotus. Yes, Duncan and Gobbet must survive. Okay, deliver the data, and so on. Alright. Trying to do that. They don't do anything. Suppose I go here? Anything? No one's here? No. That is half? Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, hi. Who are you? Merchant. A bat-raggled old woman looks up from her sewing at the sound of your approach. Clothing? Clothing? I have good quality clothing for sale. Ever heard anyone say prosperity is in the walled city? She cocks her head like a dog listening to a noise that it can't understand. Prosperity? She sounds it out to herself. I don't know what that means. Okay. What's the news here? Anything interesting? Interesting? Here? No. Nothing changes here. Nothing changes. She settles her weight with an audible hold. Strangler Bao is the big man now. He's very important. Very impatient. You now, Bao? Yeah, we're real close friends. You tell your friend that he still owes me for that suit. I don't sue for nothing. I can't eat air. We'll get right on that. She nods sagely. You see that you do. Now, what else do you want? Nothing. Later. I would have maybe bought some stuff from you. Just pointing it out there, but sure. Oh, what's that? A putrid stench emanates from the remains of this building. You see nothing that would cause it. Putrid stench. There's something underneath. Bloodied woman? A young woman lies on the ground. She is a bloody mess. Streaks and spatters of crimson crisscross her blouse and mat her hair. Judging by the quality of her clothing and the bag on her shoulder, you'd make her out as a student. She's as out of place here as a librarian would be in the game of Urban Brawl. She struggles to move, but she's clearly exhausted. The dark circles under her eyes tell that she hasn't had sleep in days. When the woman sees you heading her way, her face hardens. You see her hand slip into her jacket pocket, as if she studies but as she studies your faces, the fear in her eyes give way to curiosity. You guys don't look like you're from around here. A hacking cough shakes her, but her eyes remain fixed on you. What happened to you? She looks like she can barely keep her eyes open. Predators. I'm okay though. The blood stares. Thought I'd rest here for a minute before I get back to work. I'm a student at HKU. She glances around watchfully over her shoulder at the buildings looming above her into windows nearby. Doing some research, gotta finish before I can leave. This place is dangerous. What are you doing here alone? I wasn't alone. Not until a few days ago. Another long wet cough. I've been living with a family in one of the inner blocks for the last couple of months, working on my master's thesis. What happened to the family? A pained expression washes over her face. I'm not 100% sure. The mother, she worked in a dive bar as a hostess. The father was a handyman. They never really went anywhere. Didn't have the money to. I woke up one day and the whole family was gone. Just gone. I squatted in the place a while, but then some. When people started coming around, eyeing the place. I figured I should get out, finishing my research as fast as I could, and head back to campus. Then I got sick. Wu grunts. What kind of research would you do in a place like this? My thesis is about Feng Shui in the 6th world. This was the right place to do it. The only place to do it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. I would like this academic etiquette. I would like that would be. What does Feng Shui have to do with a slum? That is a good question. Everything, I think. Absolutely everything. Rich people hire geomancers to design the interiors of their homes, to attune them just right to achieve balance and harmony. The poor have nothing like that. Leave a slum to fester long enough and you get this. She glances at her surroundings, a look of profound disgust on her face. I think that the negative Feng Shui of places like this affects the people who live here. That it changes them in a fundamental way, makes them less capable of breaking the cycle and getting out. That's what I'm here trying to prove. Before the awakening, people thought of Feng Shui as a philosophical system. Now, in the 6th world, it's more than that. It is actually a form of magic. Hi, Zeniko. The whole thing revolves around Qi, the invisible life energy that binds every person and thing together. It's very real here in Hong Kong. Nobody knows the reason why. Maybe it's only real because people believe that it is. The important thing is it's measurable, quantifiable, phenomenon. There's an entire industry that grown up around it. This doesn't look like a place where people are harmonized with anything. No, it isn't. Not at all. The feng shui in the walled city is completely screwed. I mean, just look at this place. She gestured at the squalor surrounding you. The chi is all wrong here. You can feel it, right? I felt that something was wrong the minute I walked in. Bad chi, huh? Yeah, bad feng shui. Chi needs to flow. Or it goes sour. Positive feng shui allows that to happen. The woman clears her throat, then lets out a hacking cough. The effort requires a moment for her to recover before she speaks again. You know, I hate to admit it, but I could use some help. I started running an, well, I guess you call it an experiment of sorts. Nothing conclusive, just a few quick trials to support my hypothesis before I go into hardcore data gathering mode. There are only a few things left to do. If you could finish them for me, I could get out of here. She holds out a crumbled piece of paper. Please, follow the notes on the sheet. Duncan takes the paper from her outstretched hand and examines it, frowning. Just say what you need us to do. You need to make adjustments to the area's feng shui. My notes will tell you how. The goal is to remove sources of friction and to record the results. My hypothesis is that even small adjustments can have measurable impact on chi flow. If I'm right, it should improve, and life here should get just a little bit better. Oh. I'll see what I can do. Repair the walls. Repair the walled city. Sure, that's that's not going to be a problem at all. This one's mine. Step off. What are you talking about? I don't want your bike. Or your troll dude. What is going on there? No, wait. Here's someone to talk to first. Ooh, hello. Merchant, what do you have? The street vendor gestures toward a jumbo pile of tarnished chains, costume jewelry, and trinkets on a stained flannel blanket. Look at these beauties. Very valuable. Very pretty. Show me what you're selling. Oh, okay. Nothing for me. Ever heard anyone say prosperity is in the walled city? No. He shakes his head. That's not something that someone would say around here. See you around. Wires are sparkling dangerously just above the doorway. Patch the worn-out wire coating. Quick patch stop with some nearby waste rubbers leaves the wire safe once more. Yay! One of 3 feng shui things replaced. Made nice again. Ooh. What's that? This market stall has been picked clean, its owner replaced by a pool of dried blood. Oh, ew. Gobbet comes up short. She gestures down at a pile of filthy rags on the ground. A man's shirt encrusted with dry blood and grime. Hey, hold up! This clothes has a lot of negative energy coming off it. I think there has been a spirit bound to it. Interesting. What can you tell me about this spirit? Well, it's a ghost. Either that or a spirit of man that thinks it's a ghost. It's hard to be sure. She stares at the clothes, frowning. Whatever it is, it's upset. I can feel its anger and sorrow from here, but that's all I can get from it while it's hiding like this. I could coax it out of the cloth and walk with it if you want. Maybe it'll lead to something. She shrugs. Or it could attack us and rip out our souls. There is no way to tell without trying. Oh, we need spirit summoning. Okay. Well, go ahead and do it, Goblet. I want to hear what this spirit has to say. Sure thing. Her eyes goes beady and her nose crinkles. Just let me try to establish a connection. Yo! Sheesh. The air above the bloody wrecks shimmers. Slowly something close to man-shaped coalesces into being. A soft voice echoes out from deep inside, as it begins somewhere else. What is this? The spirit pierced through eyes as soft as undefined as poached eggs. Where am I? You've shed your body. You're a spirit now. Now he wants to know where you are. Kowloon, the walled city. Its expression changes, moves from lost to found. Still? It raises its hands to examine them, blank eyes sweeping over dead flesh. How? You don't know what happened? I was pushed out of my shop, hunted through allies. The spirit mouth widens in horror. Bao and his men. I wouldn't pay them, wouldn't accept their protection. Proud. I was so proud. A cold light flashed from somewhere deep throat. They tore me apart, butchered me like a duck. It searches the sky, the ground, tearing at the memories inside itself, as it relives its own death. A network of deep cuts open in the waxy skin, splattering black ichor on the ground. Ew. The cold light within it grows brighter. It pulses up the thing's throat and into its mouth, forcing its jaw unhinged like a snake. A burning radiance pours out of the spirit's mouth, like spattering on the ground in an ectoplasmic flood of anger and despair. Well, that was nasty. If I were in your shoes, I'd want revenge. Yes, revenge. The resonance of the words penetrates you, scrapes at something inside you. The gobbet gives you a sidelong glance. Careful, Ribbon. Chang didn't want any yellow lotus killed. Revenge. The spirit's spidery fingers twitch, then begins to curl, then taper, then blacken until they're a set of wicked sharp hooks. The spirit looks at you expectantly. Wait, maybe you should let all that hatred go. Be better than them. You could get me into Bao's lotus den peacefully. The spirit's eyes roll in its head and it shudders, struggling to let the passion dissipate. I had a friend. It squeezes its eyes shut and struggles to remember. A smuggler of animals. He had a space, hidden with secrets. Yes, spirit, tell me about the secret space. An entrance in the sub-levels. The spirit clasped in its head in his hands. A chute, a door, red paint, and numbers. 4, 5, 4, 6, 5. 5, 4, 6, 5. Thank you, spirit. The entity squeezes its eyes shut and turns away. 5, 4, 6, 5. 5, 4, 6, 5. 5, 4, 6, 5. Chat, what's the number? What is the number? A well-muscled and heavily tattooed triad member looks up from the PDA, bored but alert. Behind him, other Yellow Lotus soldiers take notice and turn to leer at you. You're in the wrong neighborhood, tourist girl. You and all your little tourist friends. I'm a local, yokel. I work for Kindly Cheng. We all do. Show some respect. The Triad Soldier sneers at her. That's so. Then you already know that you shouldn't be here. That fossil doesn't run things around here anymore. His hand strays to his jacket and a conspicuous bolt in the fabric. Could be a gun, a knife, or a blackjack. Best get moving, little girl. Best move before we hurt you all real bad. I'm not gonna tell you twice. We're here to deliver a message. He pauses in mock consideration. No. I don't think so. We haven't been told to expect anyone. I can't use any of this. Let me through. Get lost. He turns away. You don't talk to us again, understand? Try to pass by my boys and we'll punch holes in you until daylight shines through. Alright. We're leaving, but we're getting there. We just have some other things to do. We are supposed to not let them die. Okay, here's she again, so there must be other ways. Nope. Nope, can't go there. This is where we came from, right? You don't talk to us. Do you have anything else to say now, Merchant? Can we talk to you? No. Okay, how do we get here? Not from this way, it seems. Wait a second. I think I do have more. I thought I had more karma points. No. Huh. Oh. What happens if I just... Oh. Oh no! Oops. Oh, wait a second. There we go. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Can I just go in there? No, I can't. Yikes. Ah. Oi! Jesus! I think we are a little bit too small to actually fight them. No wound to heal? Are you sure about that? Good. Not what we should have done, but well, they didn't really leave us much to work with. Although, wait a second, before we do that. Okay. Oh, I don't need it. Okay, good. I fear that there are more people up here. So, here's what I'm going to do. I actually like this game. This is fun. This is a lot of reading, but it is fun. But I think that I'm going to continue that as a YouTube playthrough, right? Because on Monday we're starting Horizon Zero Dawn. So, this is where I'm going to stop for today, but it will become a playthrough from here on YouTube, right? Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that. So, and with that, my dear Gremlins, I am going to stop for today. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Let's see if there is anyone where we can raid into. Maybe even someone who is playing the same game. Wouldn't that be nice? That would be fun, wouldn't it? I think that would be fun. Let's see if we have anyone here. There we go. No, I'm the only one. Fine. Okay, well, in that case, I suppose you get your daily e-fix. Right? Can't have that otherwise. Alright, fine. Okay, so there you go. I hope I see you back on Monday, tomorrow, with some Horizon Zero Dawn that we're about to start. Make sure you follow on the socials, X and Discord. Hop on over there, and if you missed something or for the playthrough for the rest of it, hop on over to YouTube. It will shortly be all there. And with that, thank you for your time. Have a great rest of your Sunday. I wish you a nice day, and I'm shutting up now, resting the voice. Alright, see you around, or not, maybe, somewhere. Bye!